Hi, everyone. Don't you get me, Delilah. Oh, I just threw a handful of ice in the floor, so they have all got their ice. Jeff hates it when I do that.
Mop.
Yes, we will have to mop after they get to play with their ice, but they love it. That's a game that my dad started with our Bostons years ago. And it used to drive me crazy too, but our freezer is kind of like on the bottom of the fridge. And whenever my dad would come and get himself some ice, all the dogs would kind of mob him. So he would throw a handful of ice in the floor to distract them and get them to go away so he could get his stuff without them knocking him down. So it was a pretty good trick. It works. But and now my dogs are spoiled to getting ice. They love to eat ice. I've always given my Bostons a little ice now and then. We played where in the summertime, I put ice cubes down in their water bowl, and then we watch them make a big mess out of the water. So they can try to get a piece of ice. I told you, we are easily entertained around here. And with all these Bostons, they make it easy. They keep us laughing. And Boston Terriers are such a game dog that anything is fun. They love to play. You two knock it off. I'm trying to do a video. Sheba, you don't even think about getting me, girl. Dad, you should know better. It's not the dog, it's the human that needs to do right. So anyway, we just got home from church, and we love to go to church. Today, though, we had to leave. We stayed a little longer than our normal, but they had a potluck buffet or potluck dinner and a guest speaker. So we were able to stay and eat lunch, which we go to church and then we leave and go somewhere and have lunch, and then we normally come home. And sometimes we bring lunch home. It just depends how long we're gone. I don't like to stay gone very long, and we want to get home and let them out of their crates. So we had to leave pretty quick after the speaker started speaking, and I really liked everything that I did hear. He's also had a lot of books, so I did buy some of his books, and would like to. His main thing was trying to get people aware of our responsibility, to share the gospel. But then there's some good teaching books that I can't wait to read, so I can learn a lot from that. And the man that was speaking at our church, his name was the Kelly Condra, or was it Preston? It was Preston. Preston Condra was the one that was there speaking. But he had a whole group of people there too. I didn't get the opportunity to introduce myself to all of them and everything, but we were enjoying it, and I kind of hated to leave. But that's what you do when you have Boston Terriers, or when you have responsibilities to your pets. So we will catch up more on what he was talking about some other way, and I'll read the books. That'll help. But he was a good speaker. I will just take a minute to share the one main point I got before I left, and that is that with the way things are going in our world, if we're not sharing the gospel, eventually there are not going to be people interested in going to church. There are more and more interest among people throughout the world in everything except faith in Jesus Christ. So the more people who don't put their faith in Jesus Christ, eventually we may see the churches take a hit over that. So if people stop believing or stop sharing so that new people can become believers, the church will end, you know. And I think eventually that is part of the plan, but we don't want it to happen any sooner than possible, than it has to. So we all need to be sharing the gospel, and that's all I'm going to say on that for this. This is a video about Boston Terriers, but I will say God is so good to us, and we love our life in Christ, and He blesses and rewards those who follow Him, so, and stand up for Him. So we will always do that. But anyway, the rest of the day is just going to be spent watching these crazy animals and all of their shenanigans. Why are you laying like that? Look at you. Boy, you're all twisted up. Trying to play with Caleb. Yeah, those two are becoming real buddies. And I'm liking what I see with Caleb is our youngest stud, and Simon's a year old, so he's still a puppy too. But him and Caleb are really getting along well, and neither one of them seems to be too interested in being the dominant one, and I like that. I want them both to be at ease with each other. I've always kind of had a little concern over having more than one stud, but to be honest, I've never had a problem with that. In fact, I've heard from other breeders, it's the multiple females they worry about, because females can be a lot more temperamental than a male. Isn't that right, Delilah? Oh, okay, quit. Man, did she read the cue cards or what? She just showed us.
She wasn't looking, she got a toy.
She showed us a temperamental female.
Candy got a toy like she wasn't looking.
Oh my goodness. You just don't take Delilah's toy, do you, Candy?
Yeah.
Well, who's taking it from who? Is it Delilah taking it from Candy, or I think Candy had that one, Delilah. And she's not wanting to give it up, but she did. Oh my goodness. Oh, Delilah, you're just trying to stir up trouble. You're trying to get Candy to want to fight you for it. Come on, Candy, try to get it. I dare you. She just wants to play the game and win. Delilah has to win. Candy's not interested. If you don't play fair, Delilah, that's why. Aw, Candy. She's just being a brat, isn't she? Candy's not interested, Delilah. So anyway, crazy critters. They do love their toys. I need to get some new ones. They got a little bit. I dropped my BarkBox subscription, but a couple of those subscriptions, I had multiple ones, but a couple of them were paid through the end of the year, so we'll continue to get the last boxes that they owe us. But the last one only had I think it had 2 toys in it, and that bat is one of them. And I don't know what the other one is, but I need to buy them some toys. Since we're not getting the BarkBox, I'll just buy some that I can get on Amazon or from one of the pet stores and stuff. So anyway, they like their toys. Delilah will be leaving us a week from today, actually, and I will be taking her.
Stop.
What happened, Caleb? Who did it? Oh, you tell Mom all about it. Yeah, somebody got you, didn't they? You didn't like that. Simon, I hope that wasn't you after I bragged on you. It was probably Sheba. I see you got hair standing up on your back, girl. You better knock it off. But anyway, they're all doing good. They're just being their normal selves. They have a little bit of pent-up energy because they have been in their crates while we were at church. But they'll get settled down. They'll go back outside in a few minutes and burn off some energy, and then they'll probably come in and just lay around with us and take naps. Oh, and I was talking about Delilah. Yeah, I will be taking her to meet her new family next Sunday. We're going to meet in Tulsa. They have some relatives there, and they will be driving in from Texas and spend the night with their relatives, and I will meet them there with Delilah on Sunday before they head back to Texas. So Delilah will have a long trip ahead of her next Sunday. But she's got her bags packed, and she's all ready to go on my end. And her new mom has got so much set up for her. She has a brand new fenced yard. She has all kinds of beds and toys and dog food and outfits with her collars and or maybe it's a harness and leash. I don't know what all. But I do know her mama has been buying everything that Delilah could possibly ever need or want. And we both are kind of expecting Delilah is going to love being an only dog and get all the attention and not have to compete for the toys or try to keep everybody in line. So she'll get to be the only dog, and they're going to treat her like a little princess. Yeah, you can let them out. And now they're all fixing to go running out. So I guess that means I'm about done here.
No.
I think Dad is wanting to get to the football game, so he's trying to get me to run out of video content.
Dad's got chili.
Wow.
You can't have that toy outside. Go.
In or out, guys? Some out, some in. Some want the toy more than they want to go out. Anyway. All right, y'all go have a blessed Sunday, and everybody rest, and everybody share the gospel with somebody. You know, we got to do our part and make sure that everybody gets a chance to hear the truth. So, and I will be back tomorrow with an update. So.